Why King Charles has not yet removed Andrew's most valued privilege. Welcome, royal watchers, to Crown Chronicles, the home of captivating royal stories, deep palace insights, and the secrets that shape the House of Windsor. If you love keeping up with the truth behind royal headlines, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, so you never miss the latest from the world of royalty. Now, let's dive into one of the most intriguing mysteries within the royal family: why King Charles III has not yet stripped his disgraced brother, Prince Andrew, of his most valued remaining privilege. When Queen Elizabeth II passed in September 2022, a great deal changed within the monarchy, not only the face of the sovereign but also the tone, the power dynamics, and the vision of what the modern royal family should represent. King Charles came to the throne with a promise: to modernize the monarchy, to slim it down, and to ensure that only working royals with spotless reputations would represent the crown. Yet, despite all of this, one question continues to echo throughout royal circles and across Britain: why is Prince Andrew still holding on to his cherished privilege, the title and residence that define his royal identity? Yes, Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, remains one of the most controversial figures in modern royal history. Once regarded as the Queen's favorite son, he has since fallen from grace in one of the most dramatic downfalls the monarchy has ever witnessed. His association with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein led to a storm of public outrage, court battles, and ultimately his withdrawal from royal duties. But despite the scandal, Andrew has clung tightly to one thing: his residence, the Royal Lodge, a 30-room mansion on the Windsor estate, and the right to remain there. Many believe that King Charles, known for his pragmatic and sometimes ruthless approach to royal management, would swiftly act once he became king. After all, the new monarch was determined to reshape the firm, making it smaller, cleaner, and more efficient. And for many, that meant one obvious step: pushing Prince Andrew out of his lavish taxpayer-supported lifestyle. Yet, years later, Andrew still resides comfortably in the Royal Lodge, a symbol of prestige and privilege, while the public continues to ask, why hasn't King Charles forced him out? Behind palace doors, the answer isn't as simple as it seems. There are layers of emotion, family loyalty, legality, and image management at play. According to insiders close to the family, King Charles faces a moral and strategic dilemma. On one hand, he knows that public opinion of his brother remains dangerously low. Keeping Andrew within the royal orbit threatens the image of a reformed, modern monarchy. But on the other hand, Andrew is still his brother, and one who was deeply cherished by their late mother. Sources have claimed that before her passing, Queen Elizabeth made it clear she wanted Andrew protected, at least to a certain extent. Despite his scandals, she reportedly believed in his innocence and maintained that family comes first. The Queen even ensured that Andrew would have long-term control of the Royal Lodge through a 75-year lease he signed back in 2003, a legal agreement that makes it nearly impossible for Charles to evict him without facing serious legal backlash or damaging public spectacle. This lease, which reportedly cost Andrew £1 million of his own money, gives him exclusive rights to reside at the property, provided he continues to maintain it at his own expense. That means, even as king, Charles cannot simply order him to leave. The monarch may be the head of the family, but when it comes to private property contracts, even the king's power has limits. Still, Charles has not remained idle. According to royal insiders, there have been private tensions and negotiations between the brothers. In early 2024, reports surfaced that the king had offered Andrew alternative accommodations, notably Frogmore Cottage, the smaller Windsor home that was once occupied by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. The message was clear: move into a smaller home and step away from the grandeur that symbolizes your royal past. But Andrew refused. He reportedly told friends that leaving the Royal Lodge would be the end of him. Seeing it as a final public humiliation and a loss of his last connection to the royal world, this stubborn resistance has infuriated some within the royal circle, particularly Prince William, who has made it known that he and Catherine, Princess of Wales, are uncomfortable with Andrew's proximity to their own family at Windsor. The Prince of Wales, now stepping into a more powerful role within the monarchy, believes that Andrew's continued presence at such a grand royal residence undermines the monarchy's moral standing, but King Charles, always cautious of family division becoming public spectacle, has hesitated to take more drastic action. Palace aides have described the monarch as torn between being a brother and being a king. He knows that any harsh move against Andrew could trigger another media firestorm, one that would reopen old wounds and distract from his reign's focus on unity and duty. Interestingly, Andrew still maintains a small group of loyal supporters within royal circles. Some friends, particularly from the Queen's old staff, argue that he has already been punished enough. They remind the king that Andrew lost his military titles, royal patronages, and public role, effectively a lifetime of service stripped away. For them, the royal lodge is not a privilege, but a refuge, a place where he can live out his remaining years quietly, out of the public eye, yet not everyone agrees. Critics, including many taxpayers, have voiced outrage over the situation. Maintaining Royal Lodge, with its vast grounds and historic upkeep, comes with costs, and while Andrew claims to fund it himself, many question how he manages that without royal support, given his limited income and loss of official duties. It's this murky financial picture that keeps the public skeptical and the palace uneasy. As King Charles seeks to modernize the crown, the optics of allowing Andrew to live in luxury remain a major obstacle. Public trust in the monarchy is fragile, and the younger generation, particularly William and Catherine, are said to be urging the king to act sooner rather than later. They understand that the future of the monarchy depends on transparency, humility, and the ability to adapt to public sentiment. Behind the scenes, there's also speculation that Charles may be waiting for the right timing, a moment when public attention shifts or when legal conditions change that would allow him to act more decisively without creating another crisis. Some royal watchers believe that the king could eventually reach an agreement where Andrew is allowed to retain his title privately but relocates to a smaller estate, a quiet exit strategy that preserves both dignity and the monarchy's image. However, others believe that Charles is simply too emotionally tied to make that move. Those close to him say that despite everything, Charles still feels pity for Andrew. The king reportedly knows how lonely his brother has become, ostracized from public life and barely seen at family gatherings. For Charles, taking away Andrew's home might feel like taking away the last thing that gives him stability, and that, he fears, could break him entirely. But one thing is certain, this royal standoff is not going away. As public pressure mounts, and with the monarchy under constant scrutiny, King Charles will eventually have to make a decision that could redefine not only his reign but also the moral compass of the modern British monarchy. For now, Royal Lodge remains a powerful symbol, not just of privilege, but of the unspoken tensions within the House of Windsor. It represents loyalty versus duty, family versus public expectation, and the eternal struggle between what is right and what feels humane. And as the king balances his dual roles as sovereign and brother, one question continues to hang over Buckingham Palace: how long can Prince Andrew hold on before the crown finally decides to cut him loose? Thank you for watching Crown Chronicles. If you enjoyed this deep dive into royal drama and the unseen battles within the palace walls, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. The truth about the royal family is never as simple as it seems, and here at Crown Chronicles, we'll always bring you the story behind the crown.